should we call this meeting to order? Do you want to go through the list of participants?
Yeah.
Emily?
Do you want to introduce yourself first, Joel?
Joel Peterson, representative of the Port of Morrow.
Perfect. And then Dan Doran.
Good afternoon. I am here.
David Seitz.
Commissioner, I'm an alternate for Jeff.
And Elizabeth Howard.
Good afternoon, Elizabeth Howard, attorney at Schwabe and attorney for the CDA.
And Robert Blanc.
Robert Blanc here, Port of Umatilla.
And Aaron Palmquist. And I think he said his speakers weren't working. And then Eileen. And Gail Nelson.
Hi there, Gail Nelson. I'm with Business Oregon, Regional Project Manager.
And Jeff Wenholtz.
Jeff Winholtz, Morrow County Commissioner. And today, my alternate David is going to be doing all the votes and stuff because I will have a conflict of interest since it's UEC.
And John Schaefer.
Good afternoon, John Schaefer, Umatilla County.
Lisa Middlesdorf.
Lisa Middlesdorf, Port of Morrow alternate.
And Ryan DeGroff.
Ryan DeGroff, Business Oregon.
Tommy Brooks.
Hi, this is Tommy Brooks. I'm from Cable Houston and I represent Umatilla Electric.
And everybody was kind of jumping around, but I think I got everyone. If I didn't, I apologize.
Okay. Was there anything for public comment? It's on the agenda. Hearing none, we'll start with the work session. You want to take it, Emily, or?
Yeah, so we have on the agenda the UEC Road Development Agreement, and if you want me to just give a little bit of history on why we've put together an agreement, I can start there. Yeah, it's okay. So back in 2023, UEC received an award letter for this funding. And then in January of 2025, we started working with IRZ and UEC to complete the project information form and going over project details to make sure that everybody was aligned. And over the next few months, we heard from UEC a couple of times at board meetings, just updating us, letting know that things are going well on their side. And then in October of 2025, we put together a liability release agreement for UEC, just in making sure that they know they're held harmless on this project. And then in November of 2025, we received confirmation from the legislature that the language had changed to include infrastructure on this funding. And then later in November, the board moved to acknowledge that the $5 million designated through the legislations to UEC was dedicated for the road project and would be used for the road project only. That was done at request of UEC again, just to make sure that everything was right on their side and our side. And then in February of this year, we spoke multiple times with UEC staff, and they let us know that their legal counsel had received that liability release agreement and that they were reviewing it. And then just a few weeks ago, we met with Robert Ecken Road, and he shared that there were some additional concerns about the project that they were hoping for us to address. And Elizabeth has been working with Tommy Brooks at UEC to help put together this agreement so that we can address all of their remaining concerns and move forward with the project. Elizabeth, do you have anything to add on that?
No, I thought that was a good summary, Emily, and I'm happy to answer any questions, and I'm glad Tommy's here too. So,
Real quick, if I could just jump in for a second. I saw somebody else joined that says iPhone 7. I don't know who that is.
Yes.
iPhone 7?
I'm not sure either.
Okay.
I'll just put him as iPhone 7.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
So I think what I would say, in addition to what Emily shared, is that we do need to have this contract signed. So you guys have on your agenda template contract. That is the template for the grant agreement that will ultimately be signed. It won't look exactly like that, but that just gives you an idea of what the grant agreement may look like. And that agreement would be executed between UEC and is it OBDD that actually is on the agreement? So they would be the two parties to that agreement. UEC receives the funding and then it would be passed on to the CDA. CDA would be responsible entirely for implementing the project, making sure the funds are spent correctly, making sure we're doing all of the reporting and those sorts of things. UEC needs a contract with CDA to make it clear that CDA is responsible for all of those things. And the contract between UEC and CDA needs to be executed, so fully signed, before we can move forward in securing the grant funding for the road project. And I would just say timing is of the essence. The road project, as you know, is already well underway. This funding is needed in short order to be able to continue that project without interruptions. So Tommy and I went back and forth on this contract a couple of times. I think it's in a really good spot. We can move into executive session to talk about any of the things that you guys would like to talk to on that contract. But that we do need to get board approval to have Joel or whomever sign that contract, have authority to sign that contract so we can keep things moving.
So this is the road development agreement, or?
So no, Emily, did you end
Yeah.
up sending out the contract?
So
Yeah.
the road development agreement is correct. That's what we're referencing. The other three attachments were just for reference. I know that kind of caused some confusion, but the award letter, I just attached it so you guys could see what we were talking about. And then the other two forms, those will be filled out and completed and submitted by Umatilla Electric, but they're the next steps after we submit the agreement to UEC. Those two things will come next.
Okay.
Mr. Chair, can I ask a question? This is
Yeah. Yes.
Robert. And maybe, I don't know if this is a question for executive session. If it is, then I can hold off. But I'm a newbie on this board, and I guess can somebody answer the question of how the UEC got involved in this in the first place? Was it because of the way the legislation was written? And
Yes.
why are they a conduit? Could somebody just give me a little background on that?
I mean, that's effectively it. And we did have to go back to the legislature, and Representative Smith helped clarify the initial language in the legislation was maybe more vague than we all would have liked to make it clear that this funding could be used for a road project. And so that was clarified during the 2025 session to make it very clear that this funding could be used for a road, as well as other infrastructure. So the funding is directed to UEC, but the expectation was that it would be used by CDA for the road in particular.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah. And Gail, I don't know if you or Ryan have anything you might add on that.
I just want to throw in that to set expectations for people. So we do need the project information form, the PIF, completed by UEC and turned in
Right.
to me. Once that is turned in, I then still have steps I have to do on my end of actually writing the funding memo and that getting approved by management. And then once that's approved, then we go to the contract department and ask for the contract. So, and contracts take at least a month, maybe longer. So I just want it to be real, kind of realization for you guys that if you sign it tomorrow, you can't just make a disbursement request the next day. like timing wise, you probably have a couple months in front of you
Mhm.
before you can have, a disbursement sent to you. So just wanted to clarify that for everybody.
Okay. And so I guess for my clarification, so that's the work the UEC does, but the UEC wants this road development agreement between CDA and UEC before they move forward with the next step. Is that right? Or
Yeah, that's correct.
Yep.
Okay.
UC is not even going to submit the information to Gail to get her started on her process until we have this agreement in
this
place.
agreement in place?
And because Gail and her team need to see this agreement in place.
Okay.
So it's all connected. Yep.
Any questions?
Real quick, I'm looking at the one. I just want to make sure we're all looking at the same one. The one that has the notes from Elizabeth. Is that the one we're looking at?
Well, not right now, not until we get into executive session, I guess.
Yeah, Emily, you were supposed to send out a clean copy of that as part of the agenda. Did that get sent out?
I think it was. It's
Okay.
I believe
the
it's
road
clean.
development-
Yeah.
yeah.
I thought I saw that. Sorry, I wasn't recalling.
So at this point, that's what we're talking about. I think the first item A under work session was the Are we ready to move into executive session? If there's no more questions?
May I ask, Mr. Chair, do you anticipate needing Business Oregon staff around to answer any questions after executive session?
I don't have any questions. Does anyone else?
I don't think so. And I can always schedule a call with Gail or Ryan also moving forward too if we have anything coming out.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you for attending. Okay. Well, the Zoom meetings are awkward for me, but I'm not hearing anything. So the next item on the agenda is for the good of the order. We meet next week. So anything else? Well, we'll move to executive session. Do I read the statement first before?
Yeah, you can or I can, whatever works best.
Go ahead.
Okay, the CDA may hold an executive session meeting for the permissible reasons stated below under ORS 192.6602. Representatives of the news media and designated staff and other persons shall be allowed to attend the executive session. All other members of the audience will be asked to leave the room or the CDA board may adjourn to another meeting room. Representatives of the news media are specifically directed not to report on any of the deliberations during the executive session, except to state the general subject of the session as previously announced. No decision will be made in this executive session. At the end of the executive session, we will return to open session and welcome the audience back into the room. ORS 192.6602F to consider information or records that are exempt by law from public inspection.
And I guess the item for topic is the road development agreement with UEC. Is there discussion?
Well, Mr. Chair, I'll just jump in and make this easy, or try and make it easy anyways. I would move that we sign the road agreement with UEC and authorize our chair to sign.
I'll second that.
Thank you. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Okay, unanimous for the members present. Is there anything else then?
Just want to, for the record, Jeff recused himself and
Yes.
David voted. Perfect.
Thank you, Emily.
Yeah.
Mhm. Okay, then we meet next week. So, I guess as a matter of course, should I come over this afternoon to sign it when I need to sign this?
Yeah, I can email you a PDF copy,
Okay.
Phil, if that's okay. I'll send it to you and Lisa and can get printed out over there if that works.
And where do I need to deliver the
Just email it back to us.
email it back? Okay.
Yep.
Okay, I can do that.
So
Okay.
clarification, Joel, we're meeting on the 24th or the 31st?
31st.
It's the 31st.
That's what I thought.
Let me see the month up here.
So that's not next week, is what Jeff's
Oh.
getting at, I think.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I don't know what
Yeah,
to-
yes, it is, John.
No, the 31st is the week after next, isn't it?
Okay. Oh my gosh. All right. I thought it was okay. It's on the 31st. Clarification. Okay. Hearing anything else? Meeting adjourned. Thank you all for attending.